सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. Page 187, verse number 9, at the bottom. Evam chirnena tapasam munirdhamani santatah मां तपोमयमाराध्य ऋषिर्लोकादुपैति माम्. After long gap, we are coming back to our Vedanta 10th. We are starting our Uddhava Gita class. In this portion, Lord Krishna talking about 4 ashramas, that is Brahmacharya ashrama, Grihastha-ashrama, Vanaprastha-ashrama and Sannyasa-ashrama. This design of Varnashrama Dharma is beautifully presented in our scriptures for the purpose of attainment of moksha. Whatever is given in our scriptures is only in keeping with that Parama Purushartha, that is moksha. So Brahmacharya ashrama is meant to study Shastra and Grihastha ashrama is meant to perform Karma Yoga, especially Pancha Mahayajnas, and getting Chitta Shuddhi, Papa Nivritti. After leading Grihastha ashrama for some time, Grihastha ashrama is that ashrama where there is no rest at all. Restless ashrama. We can call it as restless ashrama. In Women's Day, day before yesterday, they are talking where there is no holiday for women. No. Everybody is having holiday, but housewife is not having holiday. So they are going to announce holiday for women also. So Grihastha ashrama lifestyle is very restless, very fast life. So Shastra allows, may you have Grihastha ashrama for some time. You have to, because you have to get children, you have to prepare everything for everyone, duties are there. But don't spend that time after 25 years, 35 years. Once you got married 25, spend 25 years in Grihastha ashrama. Later, reduce the speed. That restlessness and running you have to reduce. That they call in modern language retirement. Retired person. This retired person, retirement word was not there in Vedic vision. It is only Vanaprastha ashrama. So Vanaprastha ashrama is that ashrama where a person reduce that speed, fast life. So deliberately you have to become slow and just like a vehicle, when it is going fast, you cannot slow down, very difficult. Like that, when we are in that Grihastha ashrama lifestyle, the speed is habituated. That speed has to come down in Vanaprastha ashrama. So that Vanaprastha ashrama, Lord Krishna talking now, Tametam Vedanu Vachanena Brahmana Vividishanti Yagnena Danena. Grihastha time Yajna Dana Karma. Then Vanaprastha ashrama time Tapasa Anashakena. That tapas, austerity is very, very important. So that tapas, austerity, here in Vanaprastha ashrama for a Vanaprasthi, there is no infrastructure. Those days, in Kali Yuga, Vanaprastha is not at all relevant. Because what is Vanaprastha we cannot know. But those days, in Hinduism, in Jainism, in Buddhism, in all isms, maximum Vanaprastha ashrama was highly recommended. In Jainism, if you see, they sit on the hot stone and they pluck their hair, and lot of intense tapas they follow. In Hinduism also, Buddhism also, lot of austerities are prescribed. What for all these sadhanas, tapas? Only to remove papa nivritti. Those days people were having the idea of pratyavaya papam, omission and commission. Whatever I have to do rituals, if I don't do, that is called omission. What I should not do, suppose Vedic rituals, if I am not doing them and doing something else, that is called commission. Nishiddha karma performance is called commission. Vaidika karma, nityanaimittika karma, omission is, that is called omission, not doing. These two type of omission and commission gives pratyavaya papam. Those days people were having that fear of pratyavaya papam. So to remove that papam, lot of austerities were prescribed. Now Grihastha ashrama time, a retired person don't have any infrastructure to perform Vedic rituals. He is neither Grihastha nor Sannyasi. Who? This Vanaprasthi. Vanaprasthi is neither Grihastha nor Sannyasi. Therefore, he cannot do all rituals like Grihastha. He cannot give up also like Sannyasi. Therefore, what? He is in between Grihastha and Sannyasi. Therefore, Vanaprasthi has to perform rituals. How he can perform when there is no infrastructure? So he has to use his own body. He has to use his own body as an instrument for tapas. That is why Krishna is talking about that. Chirnena tapasa. If you see in movies and serials, that person who is doing tapas, and his bones and all will appear. Body becomes so thin, and his body, the bones inside, skeleton full appears. This is because of intense austerity. Like that, here also is Vanaprasthi, because of intense tapas. Body itself is an instrument for him to do tapas. So what he does here, Munir Dhamani Santataha. Dhamani means nadis, nerves. All these nerves, all visible. They are all blood vessels. All are visible because they become very, very thin and no flesh also in the body because of intense tapas. Munihi Dhamani Santataha. All over the body, all the blood vessels are visible. Santataha means all over the body. Murir Dhamani, this Muni means here Vanaprasthi. This vanaprastha body is an instrument for tapas. So therefore, he putting his body into such a condition, not taking lot of food, a lot of water, so many things he is not taking. Therefore, body becomes so weak and weak. How? Because of what? Chirnena tapasa. Chirnena means krutena, by performing the tapas. Tapasa means by austerity. Japa, dhyana, parayana, etc. Manasikam, sarvam. By performing. Chirnena, charadhatoho, tapratyanta rupam, tritiya vibhakti. Chirnena means by performing tapas. Evam, in this manner, the vanaprastha person, what he has to do by performing this tapas, emaciating his own body, giving pain to his own body. This vanaprasthi, mam tapomayam aradhya. Tapomayam mam. Tapomaya means jnanamayam tapaha. Bhagavan's every avatara is like a tapas. Bhagavan's every avatara is like tapas. You know how Rama underwent a lot of pain in his life. You know Krishna also underwent a lot of pains in his life. So every avatara is like a tapas. Here Bhagavan says, Hey Uddhava, I am tapaha. I am tapas. That means by performing which tapas they attain me. That is the meaning, hidden meaning. Jnanamayam tapaha. I am Jnanaswarupam. By performing tapas they attain jnanam, either through Kramamukti or Sadyomukti. Therefore, tapomayam aradhya. By worshipping me, aradhya, mam, such me, Rishir lokat upaiti mam. By performing tapas, he goes to Rishiloka. Vanaprastha person, by performing lot of austerities, where they go? They will go to Rishiloka. What is this Rishiloka? New name. It is a Maharloka. Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Suvarloka, Maharloka, one name we utter. That Maharloka is called Rishiloka. Every Vanaprastha, by performing rituals, he goes to Maharloka. From Maharloka, later, that is called Rishiloka. Rishilokat. That means from Maharloka, Mam Upaiti. He attains me. How he attains? By going to Maharloka. You know, he studies Shastra, he attains Jnanam later and attains Bhagavan. That is called Kramamukti. So Vanaprastha can attain Kramamukti by going to Maharloka, then studying Shastra and understanding me. Later he attains Moksha. That is the idea. So Vanaprastha continues his tapas. Next verse we will read, number 10. Yastvetat krichat tachirnam. Yastvetat krichat tachirnam tapo nishreyasam mahat. Kamayal piyase yunjat. Piyase yunjat. Balishah ko parastatah. Vanaprastha use his own body for austerity. For example, in Kedarnath and all, people go to the top in Doli. I went like that only, by Doli only. Who carries the Doli? the dolly carriers, the people, 4 persons carry the dolly. For their livelihood, those people carry the pilgrims to that Kedarnath. And all those males, they take us to the top. And while coming back, also they come and they carry us in the dolly. So that is, they are torturing their own body for their own survival, because they don't have any vehicle. Their own body is the vehicle for them to carry the person. Understand? It is as good as torturing one's own body, making their own body, using that body as for livelihood, survival. So auto car is using auto for his survival. Bus or some other vehicle, they are using their own vehicle for survival. But these dolly carriers, they are making use of their own body. Like that, here also, Vanaprastha make use of his own body to come out of Papa. He performed tapas, making his own body in such a way. Now that's what he said, Dhamani Samtatahan. He becomes very, very, very thin. All vessels, blood vessels are appearing. No, like that. That's what he said. That is the example, dolly example. Okay. Now in this shloka, Lord Krishna criticizing those people, those who perform, make use of this tapas for worldly pleasures. All Rakshasas, they also did tapas. Not ordinary tapas. Intense tapas. Years together, decades together. They perform tapas. Finally what they ask? Saga varam vendam. I should not die. I want this power, I want that power, I want to get that loka and that loka power. All material, worldly, limited, finite powers they ask. In spite of getting Bhagavan's darshan, Vishnu darshan, Shiva darshanam, Brahma darshanam, or Brahmaji, they ask such type of boons. Shastra says, Krishna says, they are all unintelligent people. Any karma, ritual, can give 2 types of phalams. Twofold phalam, that is worldly phalams and spiritual phalam. You know that. Worldly, that means bhautika prayojana. House, car, children, cattle, lot of money, wealth, all these they can get. That is one type of phalam by performing karmas, either tapas or yajna or dana. Second type of phalam, if they perform nishkamataya, what they get? Vairagyam, chitta shuddhi, viveka vairagyam, they get sadhana chatushtaya sampatti, they get. Krishna says, how foolish people, this tapas which is going to give moksha, which can give moksha, and making use of this tapas for worldly pleasures, how foolish that person is telling. Like another example, what? Bringing Haridwar, Ganga water, using for bathroom cleaning and all. Like that. Look into the verse, 10th verse. Yaha tu etat krichra cheranam. Any tapas is not easy, very, very difficult. Krichra means very, very difficult and tormenting his own body. Such a tapas, performing that, Chiranam tapaha, tapas performed, which is very, very difficult. What is the purpose of that tapas? Nishreyasam mahat. That it is capable of giving moksha. Nishreyasam means moksha. Capable of giving moksha. Mahat means the supreme, the highest phalam. But what he is asking, kamaya alpiyase yunjad. Yunjad. If a person desire performing that tapas and desiring what? Alpiyase kamaya. Asking for finite worldly benefits which are temporary, which are limited, which are having three doshas, dukkha misritatvam, atruptikaratvam, bandhakatvam. All these are there in those phalams. Such desires, kamaya, kamayan, alpiyase. Alpam means very, very, very finite. They are. Yunjat performs that. Balishaha aparaha tataha kaha. Who is other than this person? This sentence is how to put in such a way, other than unintelligent person. Other than unintelligent person. Which intelligent person? Which intelligent person use, which intelligent person will use this tapas for worldly pleasures? Other than unintelligent person, which intelligent person will use this tapas for worldly pleasures? That means unintelligent people only use the tapas for prayas, prayophalam, worldly pleasures. Intelligent people like you, they never use tapas for prayers. All the way they do. Many people you see, they do lot of rituals, puja, so many things. Finally what they ask? My property land is in court. Oh God, please let it be solved. Let it solve. Either land or house or some health, some issues. They ask for that one. And they do lot of upavasa, so many days, mandalam days, and they do lot of pujas to so and so Swami and Kuladaiva especially. And people have lot of fear about Kuladaiva. And Kuladaiva ke kopam undi achanna. My Kuladaivam has got no anger. Therefore let me go there and do lot of pujas. What I have not done from past 40 years, now all together at a time they do. What for? Some case about their land property or some other issues at home. Like that they are using that tapas. Is it not? Kaha atah aparaha balishaha. Balishaha, foolish person, unintelligent person. It is not prashnarthe, but aksheparthe. This unintelligent person alone does like that. No intelligent person will make use of tapas for worldly pleasures. That is why whoever use tapas for worldly pleasures, worldly achievements, worldly accomplishments, they are all like what? Rakshasa, asuraha. If that word we use, we don't like it. But what people are doing, same like that. Lot of richness, a lot of wealth, a lot of prosperity they ask for. Which tapas can give moksha. They do not know the value of moksha. That's why they ask for that. Balishaha, aparaha, tataha. Other than this person means who is unintelligently making use of tapas for worldly pleasures, which tapas can give moksha, making use of this. He is an intelligent person. Unintelligent person, intelligent person will never do that. Here also chiranam chardhatu tapratyanta rupam. Chiranam, perform with so much difficulty and asking for finite results. Sloka is very important. You see the people, worldly people, they do not know the importance of that tapas. whatever they do. Upavasa is also a type of tapas. Fasting is also a type of tapas. People using fasting for what, you know better than me. People do Ekadashi Vratam, so many other Vratams they perform, and what are all there inside, you know. Okay, now we'll go to the next verse, 11th verse. Yedasau niyame kalpaham, yedasau niyame kalpaham, jaraya jatave pathuhu, atmanyagnin samaropya, machittognim samavishet, Very, very controversial shloka. What is this shloka? Lord Krishna says, Vanaprastha can offer his body to the fire. Like Sati Sahagamanam, after husband's death, wife also used to offer her body to the fire. Like that, Lord Krishna is telling a Vanaprastha who cannot do any ritual because of some disease, because of illness, because he couldn't attain jnanam also. Further tapas also he cannot perform. This and all, at the age of 75 they have to start. This Agni Pravesha at the age of 75. If you won't get jnanam, if you won't get guru, no knowledge is there, and how long he can do that? This is what Dhritarashtra and Gandhari did. They offer their body to the fire. I think I heard in one book I read, or some place I saw that on serial, Mahabharata, they showed. Mahabharata, some Sri Krishna, somewhere. Gandhari and Dhritarashtra, finally they went for Vanaprastha and they offered their body to the fire. Now here Lord Krishna criticized tapas in 17th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Okay, Karshayantas sharirastham Bhutagramam achetasaha. So Lord Krishna said there, people torturing their own body, tamasika tapas, rajas tapas, he criticized there. But he is encouraging tapas here. Is it not controversial? We have to understand tapas, extremities you have to avoid. Be moderate. Moderate tapas is recommended. Exercise, performing exercise, especially in lockdown time, all people started doing exercise. First what they have opened, gyms, all gyms they have opened, not any shops. Gym they have opened, people started going to gym, performing exercise. Exercise for health's sake, if you perform, it is fine. But if you overdo, it is harmful. Correct? That's why any tapas also, moderately if you perform, no problem. If you overdo tapas, suppose some people do fasting, over fasting. Over fasting in another thing. Later it leads to acidity. One lady like that only, after doing lot of fasting, she got acidity and migraine headache. And she is not able to come out of those two problems, acidity and migraine headache, out of intense fasting. So such type of fasting Shastra objects. You can do moderate fasting. It's not easy to maintain any ritual tapas moderately. People are two extremities. Either they are lazy, they never do, they overeat. Some people, they do lot of fasting, intense fasting, until they get acidity. No problem now. That is why Krishna said, Yuktahara viharascha. Be moderate in any ritual performance, any tapas performance, be moderate. This body instrument, to make use of this body instrument, lifelong moderately is not easy. Very, very, very difficult. So, this Vanaprastha is not able to do tapas further, suppose. He is not able to do tapas. He couldn't gain knowledge also. He couldn't take a sannyas also. What to do for that? Krishna says he can offer his body to the fire. That actually the Sati Sagamanam and all we see derogatively. And derogative means what? Derogative. Negatively we see. Actually from their own standpoint, if you see, that is correct for them. Sati Sagamanam. Offering one's own body is final oblation. See, any offering where you do? Indraya Swaha, Varunaya Swaha, Agnaya Swaha. In fire only you do. Every offering they offer in fire. Every dravyam they put in fire. Final oblation is what? Final oblation, that dravyam is your own body. In samskaras, Antyeshti karma, when I was talking, I mentioned this. In Antyeshti karma, a person offers his own body into the fire. Ishti means yaga. Antya means last ritual, last rite. R-I-T, last rite. Antya Ishti. Burning the body, dead body, in the fire. In Hinduism, we call it as yaga. Nowhere in the world they call it as yaga. You see the concept. So he is already 75. His body is totally, some disease, chronic disease has come, suppose. He is not able to do tapas also. He cannot survive also further. So better to offer his body into the fire, Bhagavan says. Thinking about me in his mind, offer himself to the fire god. So this type of thinking is there. There is no worry, problem about old age or death. Because he is happily with prestige. I am offering my body to the fire. See, what is it? That thinking. Now look into the verse. Yada asau, when this Vanaprastha niyame akalpaha, when he is not able to follow all niyamas of that Vanaprastha ashrama, akalpaha, not able to perform, asamarthaha bhavati chet, incapable of performing the rituals. Because of what reason? Jaraya. Because of old age. Jata vepathuhu, his body started trembling. Hands are trembling. Now they give new name, schizophrenia. Body trembling, I think, some type of disease. Hands are shivering, legs are shivering. When they are walking also, they cannot walk straight. Body goes sidewards without their knowledge. All types of diseases, if you go to hospital, you can see what are all types of diseases are there. Like that, Jata Vepatruhu, trembling because of old age. Maybe that disease also caused, or sometime you see hands slowly started shivering, you know. We cannot hold on to the glass tumbler also. Slowly it starts shivering. If you hold for some time also, you cannot hold and you have to keep it down. Why? Why? old age. That is the reason. Jaraya jatavepatuhu. Because body is trembling, because of old age, therefore he cannot do niyame akalpaha, he cannot perform all austerities. Therefore what he has to do? Therefore, Cholinde Rindana, Inna Pandano. Krishna says, I give one suggestion to him. Because you see, when a person is suffering, yesterday I was talking to one lady, she is somewhere in phone. She has got sugar problem, heart problem, and 2 kidneys are not functioning, food is not entering inside. Almost reaching 80, 79 or 78. And she is not able to swallow even one idli. And lying down on the bed. How much suffering she is undergoing. Because of medicines, throat is becoming so dry and lost her weight and no strength in the body. And because of that disease inside, 2 kidneys are not functioning. Imagine how much suffering is that. Another is mild heart attack, another side sugar, so many complaints. How the person feels, Bhagavan, take this body soon, take this body. They feel or not? They feel. The suffering is like that. Nobody knows what type of prarabdha brings what type of situation at old age. That is why vruddha stavat chinta saktaha. When old age comes, the pain, worry, lot of things comes. Worry about future, death, so many things will come. At that time, if you want nischinta, you give your mind to me. Manchittaha. He can think about me. Manchittaha. Atmani agnina samaropya. Atmani. Here he can invoke. Samaropya means invoke. Who? This Vanaprastha, who is deceased, old, this person, he can invoke. In Kali Yuga, Vanaprastha is not at all relevant. Okay? You don't worry. This is only in Dwapara Yuga, Treta Yuga. Okay? Kali Yuga, nobody is practicing any ritual. Because all are sannyasis only. Because all are niragnis only. Because nobody performing Vedic rituals. Is it not? Color dress sannyasis, that's all. Where is the Vedic ritual? Vedic Agnihotram. So, sannyasa means what? Renouncing the Agni, fire ritual. A sannyasi is one who renounces the fire rituals. All grihasthas, modern grihasthas, Kali Yuga grihasthas are all sannyasis or not? Because they have already renounced fire. That is why it is not relevant nowadays. Those days, the one who was performing Agnihotra and all such person, they were Atmani Agni. Agni means into the fire god. In his mind, he has to invoke fire god. Fire god he has to invoke, oh fire god, Agni Devata, I am going to offer my body to you. And mind, after remembering Agni Devata, Bhagavan, he has to keep his mind on Bhagavan. Agni Devata ka Sariram, Manas Vande Bhagavan. Okay. Machittaha, thinking about me, Agnim Samabhishet, let him enter into the fire. Jump into the fire. Who says? Krishna says. A Vanaprastha who is suffering with disease. Nobody is there to take care. Vanam prati gacchati, no. Those days, all rishis, Vashishta, Vishwamitra, all Gautama, all rishis went, they were all grihasthas. They all went to the forest with their wives only. Correct? So all were grihasthas, all were munis, rishis, and they went to forest along with their wives, and no children are there around. So they are alone and they cannot have anything around paraphernalia. So their own body, finally, when it is totally in a diseased condition, they offer that body into the fire, Agni Devata. One day or other it has to be offered. So see the readiness of the people. Readiness of the people at mental level. Understand? So Machittaha, giving his own mind to me, means thinking about me. Agnim Samavishet. Let him enter the fire. Let him give his body to the fire. That is next verse, 12th verse. Yeda karma vipakeshu lokeshu nirayatmasu virago jayate samyak न्यस्ताग्निः प्रव्रजेत् ततः So that is above verse is like an advice to those people. Nowadays mercy kill they call it. In one lady, Assam, Meghalaya, somewhere one lady, maybe 16 years she was taking food from the tube, and like that euthanasia, something they call euthanasia. That means they ask the doctors, you can give an injection and you can kill me. They ask when they are suffering out of some disease, very, very difficult to survive. They ask the doctor, please doctor, you give an injection so that you can kill me. With the permission of that patient, by taking sign, doctor can kill that person. This is called mercy kill. That is also allowed, permitted. Understand? When Krishna says, Krishna, how can he say like that? We say, euthanasia is that only, mercy kill. Because they cannot survive, suffering, immensely suffering. That's why they ask for death. That is not wrong. That also court has to permit. Court, everything court has to permit. For your death also court has to permit. Otherwise they arrest that doctor. Okay. Court permission, patient's acceptance, and doctor also must agree for everything. All these things, if works out, whatever Krishna said, Agnim Niveshayetana, that is like that. It is a modern word, they call it. One more incidental point. In the body, limbs donation, eye donation, kidney donation, like many other donations, After death, immediately, nowadays, people, they write before itself, after my death, you can take my kidneys, you can take my heart, you can take my eyes, like that one limb of the body they can give to other people. This is good or bad? Now the question, people ask, can we donate like that? Even blood donation also. Can we do that? Not blood donation, but limbs donation especially. Is it right or wrong? No. We should not say either right or wrong, both. It depends upon your sentiment. Some people, those who are very orthodox, they think this body we are offering final oblation to the God, to the fire God. Once we are offering this body as an oblation, dravyam, puja dravyam, how can I offer a body which doesn't have eyes, kidneys, and one part I have donated. All such a body can I offer to Bhagavan. That's why some people don't accept this donation, organ donation. Organ donation. They don't like that. But those who do not have such a belief, sentiment, they can give. So it is their own choice. Therefore, Shastra never say it is good or bad. It is your choice. So they are also right from their standpoint. These people are also right from their standpoint. Those people, no? Those people who are orthodox and they are offering their body like an dravyam, puja dravyam, oblation. They are also right from their standpoint. And these people are also right. Somebody is surviving because of us. So what this body goes? I am doing a great service to the humanity, social service, Narayana Seva, Manava Seva, Madhava Seva. This is the best. Both are right or not? Both are right from their standpoint. Okay? Don't argue with anyone, okay, with this about. So that's why I have clarified now. Right or wrong, and keep quiet first. If you think it is right, you do. If you don't think it is right, don't do that. Okay? Over. Problem is solved. Okay. Now, yada karma vipakeshu lokeshu. See, here a sannyasi is one. He is called Pravraja. He says, Pravrajet Agnim Samyak. After Agni, sorry, here Nyastagni means renouncer of fire. Renouncer of fire, the one who is going to take sannyasa. Pravrajet means that one can take sannyasa. Above option is for some people, over. Or this Vanaprastha can take sannyasa. According to Shastra, if you take sannyasa, moksha is sure. Whether you understand Shastra or not, no problem. Whether you study Shastra or not, no problem. Finally, or kavi potta bodum. Apat sannyasam peradi. Just like Tyagaraja took that sannyasa. Many people take sannyasa at the time of death. By taking sannyasa, Shastra says this person will attain at least krama mukti. Adikda sannyasa ashramana avvalavu, it has got a lot of weight. So you also can be ready after 3 decades or 2 decades if you want. Okay. Don't ask me, Swamini, you will give one. So, apat sannyasa. Okay, I will give also if you want. Our Swamiji is, one Swamiji is there in Rishikesh. After Dayananda Swamiji, Sakshat Kutaranda Swamiji is the Acharya now there. He is giving sannyasa to all, whoever want studying, after studying Shastra, they want to take sannyasa, he gives. Like that, our Omkarananda Swamiji in Teni also, he gives. So, like that, there is a possibility of taking sannyasa. Nyastagni. Nyasta means having dropped the fire, rituals. Pravrajet. He can take sannyasa. When, what is the condition? Viragaha jayate. Suppose that person got vairagyam, tremendous vairagyam, intense vairagyam, detachment. He can take sannyasa. When yada karma vipakeshu lokeshu nirayatmasu viraga. Detachment, viraga, dispassion towards what? Towards swarga. Towards swarga, which is also like a naraka. Nirayatmasu means naraka rupeshu ityartha. Which are the 14 lokas. 14 lokas are any loka you go. You know Indra's in Swargaloka, Indra is the most insecure person. If anybody is doing yaga, yajna, tapas and all, he send what? Brahma, Urosi, Menaka, Tilottama to disturb their tapas. Indra. Because that person will come for Indra Padavi. Therefore, he want to disturb him, his tapas, so that he can remain as Indra. So, Swargaloka, Indra is also in insecurity of his post. And 8th chapter also we saw in Bhagavad Gita. Tetam bhukta swargalokam vishalam kshine punye martyalokam vishanti. That is, the Swarga phalam is karma vipakaha. Lokas are karma phalam. That is the meaning. Karma vipakeshu lokeshu. All 14 lokas, Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Suvarloka, Maharloka, Janloka, Tapoloka, Satyaloka, all lokas come because of karma phalam. Jnanam alone is not karma phalam. All loka prapti is only karma phalam. If that karma phalam, that lokas, if he has got viraga, why? Even Swarga is also another type of narakam. How can you call Swarga narakana? 3 doshas: atruptikaratvam, dukkhamisritatvam, bandhakatvam. Again you have to bond. If you go to Swarga, again you have to come back. So any loka, if you go there also you have to study and you have to live as long as Brahmaji lives. There is another long life. Inga vandu class attend pandalam illiyo. Uddhava Gita. That is, you get a lot of time. If you take sannyasa, you get lot of conducive time for nididhyasanam. Just as Yajnavalkya took that sannyasa. Yajnavalkya took sannyasa for what purpose? After attaining jnanam, he got sannyasa ashrama. He entered into sannyasa ashrama mainly for nididhyasanam. Nishtha. He can think more about Atma Swarupa. In Grihastha ashrama, morning cooking, afternoon cooking, evening cooking, and eating, taking care of Vanaprastha ashrama. All ashramas, you are bound to have some duty or other. If you don't do, people will criticize you. Sannyasi anna onnu pandla anna onnu sollamata. Bhavati bhikshandehi anna. That is the advantage. So karma vipakeshu. That means lokas which are the karma phalam. Lokeshu, in all 14 lokas, nirayatmasu. Those who are, which lokas are equal to naraka only. Any loka you go, you will have a limitation. Only in jnanam you are free from limitation. Remember. Many people are working for Swargaloka, higher lokas, Pitru loka. People think, no, my great grandfather, where is he? Or my relations, I also want to meet them. There are people, you don't know. We don't know. There are people, inge sanda potnadu pattale, ange poi sanda. And that much attachment. After death, one person asked me, when I went one for Yajna, Nellore, all the way after my talk, he comes near to me. I thought he will ask some about subject, Vedanta. He asked recently, so and so person passed away, a very closely related person, and only 1 month, lesser than 1 month, where she goes. Can I meet her after some time? He is asking me. After listening my Vedanta talk, what can I say? That is why even though they are sitting in the class lecture, nothing will enter. That my wife, my husband, my grandchildren, and or my great grandfather, my grandfather, my father, They want to meet them there. Where in which loka they are? Can you tell me where they have gone? அது வேறு நான் சொல்லணும். அவங்க எங்கே போயிருக்கான்னு நான் சொல்லணும். Suppose they die in the hospital, they will go to higher loka or not? அது வேறு கொஸ்டின். வீட்டில் they die as usually, they can go to Swarga or something. If they die in the hospital, will they go to Swarga or not? அது ஒரு சந்தேகம். So all meager questions, doubts people ask, no relevance at all. Why? Because raga towards loka. Krishna is telling, if you have viraga towards any loka, எப்படி வரும் viraga towards loka? If you listen to Shastra, it will come. Shastra itself says all the lokas, they have their own limitation. You can never be secure in any loka. In any loka you are not secure. In Atma loka only you are secure. Atma loka is yourself. That raga is not that much easily removable. Okay. So Arjuna Krishna asking Uddhava, यदा कर्म विपाकेषु लोकेषु निरयात्मसु विरागः जायते. You can understand simple Sanskrit. जायते तस्मिन् समये सम्यक् न्यस्ताग्निः प्रव्रजेत्. ततः because of that viraga, he can take sannyasa by renouncing the fire ritual. So finally, sannyasa also can be taken by a vanaprastha if he is having viragaha. That is why sadhana chatushtaya sampatti is very, very important. What is the second one? Viveka, vairagyam. Vairagyam, dispassion, detachment towards my kith and kin. Detachment towards my house, own house, dilapidated house. Person want to die in that house only. Don't move me from this house, he says. What is that house? Only bricks, cement. You see how much attachment. How much attachment on that house. No, my grandfather, my great-grandfather did tapas here. They did upasana. They did tapas. Therefore what? Therefore, I also want to die in this house. Dilapidated house. How much attachment on that house? He never allowed children to move him from that house. He or she. Enge ragam poiduthu. Not gone even from house. Like that, people have lot of attachments with possessions. Viragaha jayate, suppose. Viragaha jayate yada. When that dispassion comes, he can take sannyasa. Nimmadi anartham. Sannyasa if you take, nimmadi. You need not do anything, any tapas. Just Atma Chintan, Shravana Manana Nididhyasana. That is why very early age you have to start. Old age if you start, என்னதா பண்ண முடியும்? என்ன பண்ணுறது சுவாமி? இதெல்லாம் தெரியலையே சின்ன வயசில். பரவாயில்ல, ஓகே, இப்போது தெரிஞ்சுக்கலாம். Whatever we can understand. Okay, these are all said in Shastra beautifully. More in the next class. पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. हरिः ॐ. श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः. हरिः ॐ.